Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farm. Today, I've got a special guest, Rick Maywald, and he came over this morning and helped us move the bulls. He came in for a baling roller and asked if he'd go along to do some chores, so we put him to work. Rick, welcome to Green Pastures Farm. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you, Greg. It's a real pleasure to be here. I've learned a lot just from your videos and books before, but seeing everything in real life is worth its weight in gold. But I'm retired military, spent a career in the Army, and then worked for them for another career as a civilian, and then started raising beef cattle in 2007. And of course, I learned from neighbors and friends around me that raise cattle the conventional way. And just over the years, I've identified a lot of problems. I hate bell rings, but that's what I've been using for the last 20 years. Absolutely hate the mess they create. But then I stumbled onto Greg's videos and started listening and watching those, and then read his books, and it just all makes sense. And so I'm just in the process of starting to change and implement, and everything that Greg's teaching. It's going to be, I guess, just a step-by-step process to get things started. But I'm excited about it, looking forward to it, and just seeing the improvements to the land.
Yep.
Is one of my biggest goals initially, just seeing the improvements to the land.
Well, Rick, I've only been around you for less than 24 hours, but you went with us last night to move the cattle mob, and when we got back, we sat in the driveway and talked for a little bit, and you really had some great questions. And I could just tell by talking with you, you're figuring this out.
Oh, I'm going to.
Yeah, you're gonna figure this out. And the questions that you asked last night were really top notch. And so you just keep doing that. You're gonna get there. Your farm's overgrazed.
Oh yeah,
you told me that. And
yep.
So let me just share with you all kind of where he's at. He's got, he doesn't have any grass right now. The grass is coming. He asked me this morning, so I've got some hay. Would I go ahead and just kind of keep moving my cows around the whole farm, feeding a little hay when I don't have any grass? And I told him, I said, well, Rick, what I would try and do is segregate them on a smaller area and let your grass grow. And you only have to do that this first year, but let it get up there 8 to 10 inches tall. You're going to have to feed hay anyway. So let's just take a little bit of your farm and feed hay there, and let that farm have a good rest. And man, I call it chasing your grass. If you take off right now and you start going around that farm, even though the grass is growing, it's only an inch tall, and it might get 2 inches, and the cows are going to chew it off. So you're not going to allow them to do that.
No, not at all. I've got them pinned up already. I guess it's just going to be a sacrifice lot for now until the rest of the farm gets a head start, and then I'll start grazing.
What do you think about what you're looking at here?
Oh, it's March 14th, and I'm sitting here looking at grass that looks like it's 14 inches tall, and we just turned the bulls in on it this morning. They're grazing grass.
In March,
and I've been feeding hay since November, so
yeah.
I mean, you can't argue with success. I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
Can you see a cost advantage here?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do the bulls look like they're kind of thin and hurting?
No, they're all looking fat and happy. Fat and happy.
So, folks, remember this. When people tell you your grass isn't any good because it's wintertime and it's turned brown, be careful. As long as you got some fescue in there, you're pretty good shape.
Hay is brown.
Yeah.
And they eat that.
That's right.
This is better.
That's right. And this hay, if we want to call it that, standing hay, it's got green in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, the bulls are they're having a great time this morning. But
yeah,
so
this is remarkable.
You're located in Kentucky.
Southwest Kentucky.
Yeah. So you were active service for how many years?
23 years.
And then as a civilian, you worked for
Civilian contractor for another almost 20.
Wow. That's
pretty much a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were telling me this morning that to have a career like that, you really have to have a good wife.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I do have that. We've been married 46, just had our 46th wedding anniversary this month, last week, as a matter of fact. So, yeah, I got a good wife. She's taken care of things all those years I spent gone, and she enjoys the farm too. She loves it out there in the country.
That's awesome. Well, I think, that's true in anything you pursue. If you don't have a good partner, a good wife, it's going to be a tough slog, you know. And I'm so fortunate I found a good wife, and Jan and I, we make a pretty good team. But without Jan, I can't imagine it. It's just tougher,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
well, I just wanted people to meet you, and again, I really appreciate you coming by, and we enjoyed visiting with you and sharing what we're doing. And I think it's awesome that you're committed to making this work.
Well, I thank you, Greg, for the time you spent with me. I know you're busy as all get out, but I appreciate the time you spent with me that you didn't have to. And I've learned a lot before getting here, and I've just learned even more now. Spent some time with Jackson this morning. He's talking about how they use just the different techniques for using these step-in posts.
We made you put in we made you put in a fence with us this morning.
Absolutely, and I enjoyed it. I appreciate it.
So yeah, you can kind of watch it on YouTube, and you can kind of get an idea. And one thing you mentioned last night, as soon as you saw our first farm, was like, Greg, I can't believe the terrain out here. It's pretty rugged.
The videos don't do it justice. This is, we're sitting here looking out over, there's probably 100-foot elevation drop right there,
Right.
50,
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. It's not all flat, is it?
No, it's not flat. It's pretty hilly. There's places you wouldn't want to take a tractor on, I promise you.
Well, if you did, it may be the last time you took it. Yeah. You can tell on this farm the areas the guy did in brush hog.
Yeah.
It was just too steep. And
Oh, absolutely.
it wasn't worth him flipping his tractor.
I wouldn't want to.
No. So he just let it go, and that's the beautiful thing about me and my young guys. We're going to get that. I promised the landowner, and that's something, I tell people, whatever you promise the landowner, you need to stick behind that. We told him we'd take care of all these autumn olives and stuff out in his pastures, and we're doing that. We're following the bull mob across this farm, and if you look over there, you don't see any.
No.
They're all gone. That cedar row's our property line. But we've cleaned them up, and it just made the pasture look better. And if you don't stay on top of it, it will take over.
I'm glad we don't have any of those yet. I've not seen those in Kentucky, so
yeah,
I'm going to make sure I don't bring any of the seed back in
I could go there and cut you a few. You could bring them back and get them started if you wanted.
That's okay. I'll let you keep those. I don't have any of the young men to help me keep them cut. So.
All right. Well, I sure appreciate it, and thanks for taking the time to give me this interview this morning. And
thank you, Greg.
We'll see you. We'll see you folks down the road, and on the way out, if y'all hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. And everyone have a great day. And remember, you live every day like it's your last. Take care.